Second. Aye.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Aye.
Inmates in jail, 21 are pretrial superior, 16 pretrial second, 17 F6 and 10 AOC. And that I don't have anything else to report. Through the year-end stuff. We do have, we have an extension, we have 3 of our employees that are employed right now, in-state, corrections facility, continue to do that.
So, also I wanted to ask Mark Harebrant, did you want to add anything in terms of what we had worked out with the sheriff? And I know coming before our meeting, council meeting, in January. Yeah, go right ahead, please.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
For the record, Mark Harebrant, Senior County Executive with Ameresco. Since our last meeting on December the 7th, we had the opportunity also to present along with our partners, Elevatus, at the council meeting on December the 8th. It was agreed upon to continue to move forward on the jail project and begin project development on that with engineering. What we have had our discussions with the sheriff about was he wanted to do one project development agreement for both firms, since we're both interacting with this through Ameresco, and we prepared a project development agreement based on those discussions. And what this project development agreement is they've asked us to take this to full engineering to a contract, and this would include all of that. But what the project development agreement is it allows, if this, all of a sudden we engineer this full project and then the county decides not to move forward with it, we'd be reimbursed some of our engineering fees. It's for $120,000 is what this is. And this is, and if the project does move forward, this just rolls into the project and you never see it. It's in there. And so that's, I know you haven't had a chance to probably read any of this, but it does have a timeline on it. It has the scope information that was based on those conversations. And I just asked to present that to you today to for your review and consideration.
Yeah, I think it's all moving in the right direction, right, Sheriff? Moving it forward. Yeah. Yeah, and I think based on what we've talked about, putting things together to this point, again, moving it forward, and that would, the contract, the way I understand it, has been presented, would, like as Mark said, it's included in the fee, so there's no out-of-pocket expense at this point. Correct?
That is correct.
And just for Ameresco.
No, that's for both companies. That's for both companies. That was what you had requested, to make sure that it was very simple.
Combined.
Combined.
Yeah, it's combined.
And I do have a copy.
Mark, you got the fee?
I don't. I just printed off the highlight.
So something we could look at for the first meeting.
Yeah, you could review.
So we'll look at this
Friday.
for our first meeting in January.
Yep. That was all that I had, unless you have any questions.
No, thanks.
Thank you.
Anything else, Sheriff, on that?
No, I'll ask CRIC too. They came down last week and did some more studies as far as storage and laundry and kitchen and everything.
Okay.
That.
So in terms of our meeting with council in January, we're moving forward at their request of what they would like for an additional, I guess, beds and et cetera? Okay, good. And then I've also spoken with Baker Tilly, so they've started some preliminary work too, to see what's going on with bonding.
So our timeline is actually lists out what we can expect within the time. I mean, it's not like we're gonna have this whole thing
Right.
pulled together in January.
Right.
So that is based on the EDA, that timeline.
So with review, we should be fine. Okay. All right.
And our board, if you'd like to see a quick update of where we are, more than happy to share with you.
Good time.
Sure.
As a service, we came down last week and looked at the kitchen, laundry, and inmate property. Obviously, it's supporting that. So we're looking at, let's just go through, this is a 75 bed addition, so here's an existing jail for 25. And we're looking at extending the hallway here. This is a 50 bed rendition. And we'll be finalizing the renovation of the kitchen. Inmate property. And here we're looking at a 75 bed addition and extending the hallway with the 25 bed addition with the officer door. And the third option. I guess I'll just go ahead and see what I get you.
Good. Okay. Great. Thanks. Morning.
Updates on the highway. We survived the first snow. A lot of new guys out on their new routes, so certainly that was an experience for all of them. But thankfully, it was a small snow, so everybody got a chance to try their routes out. Not too. We got some comments on certain areas, but thankfully, it didn't go too much of a ditch. So glad to see that done. Get that under everybody's belt. See how things are going to go into the rest of this. Thankfully, it's going to be warming up. So maybe a chance of snow for Christmas. Cross our fingers. So, but other than that, on to kind of the engineer's report items I have. Item for us on the Wells County Bridge through for White Bridge. Road obviously is open for everybody, but there was one last item we've got going on that should be going in this week, and that is this flood signage. As many of you know, the area north of is susceptible to overtopping the Wabash River's flood stage. So what we have put in, and what we put in as part of that contract, is a little sign that you're seeing there. It's a road flooded turnaround built around. It's part of an initiative during flood hazard prevention weeks. Within this project, we implemented that. Those will be fold-down signs, so they'll be permanently in place, but they won't be open. So really, as you're driving by, you'll see essentially the back of the sign kind of folded in half. When we have that flooded, rather than wait hours to respond, we'll be able to, whether it's the highway department, EMA, sheriff's office, deputy, go out there, fold that sign up, and then pin that up and in place as kind of an advanced warning. It's an attempt for us to try to be a little bit more reactionary to it. Doesn't stop us from putting out sawhorses and the rest when the road is flooded from river flooding. But when we have areas like that, we're testing that out in an area like this. So I want to see how that works for us long term before we start to implement that in other areas. But when we make people aware of it and see those water signs moving forward, that's what this attempt is. So, a lot of different contracts for us today. I have the NBIS, that's the National Bridge Inspection System. That's our bridge inspection contract.
The firm selected for that was Butler Fairman and Seifert. We have the agreement between the county and BFNS here for your signature. They submitted that for the next 4 years, so 21 through 24. The total not to exceed fee is $349,145. That is a reimbursable grant-funded program that has been for years. I think Lisa and I reviewed this dollar amount for some time, so that should be comfortable within the budget. I'm just asking for your signature on that. I'll need to turn that in to NDOT, and then NDOT will then create a supplemental agreement between us and the state. I think it is just the signature on that.
Motion to approve one signature.
Seconds. Aye.
The federal aid application for fiscal year 2026. All three of our projects have been accepted for consideration by the state. NDOT will be hosting virtual meetings on January 13th. So the next few weeks, I'll be putting together some sort of PowerPoint / visual presentation. I don't know how I want to do that quite yet. It's not in person. The state's not allowing that, so they're going to make us do some virtual things. So I'm going to talk to Roger at IT about getting a camera and a computer and how I want to do that presentation. I've got a few weeks to get it done, but with the holidays and such in between, it will be constantly on my mind since I got the notice of the date. So, but we'll be working on that, and with that, I'm excited with the agreement between the city and the county. So we have a good chance to those projects. So it's a big application. If you get any one of them, I'd consider that win. Getting all three be going nuts trying to get all those done. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll keep you updated. Event permit request. I brought this up, not the last meeting, but the last meeting in November. There was a request for someone to do kind of a triathlon, use up county roads. There is no system for us for permitting kind of events, because this would be something typically gone through like the Parks Department for event use, like a fair, street fair. We don't have that system in place for us. The sponsor is offered to provide insurance. I'm not sure who to even turn them over to have certificate of insurances, payments to sheriffs or deputies for the road closures. So I just want to bring that up so I get the answer. We still have time. I think his intent is sometime in June, but for him to reschedule and relocate, I think he needs to start doing some planning. So I want to give him tentative yes, but we need to get something done to satisfy our insurance for that event and how we want to do that now and potentially in the future. So. Yeah, I don't want to say yes when I don't know I have the authority to approve an event. Road closures quite like that. It's sort of an odd.
They approve it first.
I just want to work that out with them. I don't want to say yes when we don't quite have all our ducks in a row. So I don't want to make it too burdensome for them to do it, because I think that generally, I think the public would support the lawn and use of the county roads. So, yep, perfect. All right. Bridge 403, we brought this up. I brought this up before. Just requesting approval for the design engineer to proceed with a timber bridge system. I know we talked about it. It's not something we've done customarily, but there are timber bridges in the county. Before I say go ahead and move forward with that type of bridge, I think we've asked about maybe looking at some of those in the field. If you were interested in doing it, hadn't heard back. I wanted to bring that up again and see if I can. I will have to get the actual. This one's going to be in Jackson Township on 8 southwest of State Road 3, I believe it is. Yes, there it is. So I can just about see it. That Owl Ditch, it's east of the Owl Ditch. So I can get you an exact property location for you. Right now, it's a slab top on spread footer foundation, but it's obviously certainly too small. It's got concrete windmills on it. We want to look at trying to guardrails, so I'd like to try to get that opened up and improve that up to a bridge. It won't be a very big bridge, but this is a good fit for us. If we can get it done, I can release the design engineer to move forward on that. They're essentially just going to hold the pattern on that. So.
You seem to think that
It's-
over the curve.
Timing-wise, it's going to work out pretty well for us. We don't have a lot of, and as a low-volume road, there really is no harm, no foul for us. So we haven't put, I'd say we've done a rehab with a timber system. That worked out really well. It makes a good winter-type project because we can buy the kit, essentially. The only limitation is the asphalt overlay.
Yeah, that's the asphalt.
So we do the asphalt top on it, which is a nice wearing surface for us for that, so. Correct.
Do you want this on the record? That's what you're recommending.
I'm good.
Aye.
I will let them know. Thank you. Bridge 121. Since our last meeting, Wells County was awarded $497,646.75. Got to be exact. And the second call for community crossings funds. That was made possible because of the low bids we had in the first call, because we had almost a little over $800,000. So on paper, it looks like we got more than our maximum application, but because of the low bids on the other two projects, we had additional funds available, so we were awarded funds for Bridge 121, that's 600 East north of Toxin. That's where that bridge is, and the guardrail system from that bridge south to 7 north. So where that ditch drops off from the cemetery, we're going to end up doing some safety protection as part of a supplemental project, so it'll be hopefully done all at the same time. So I'm requesting approval on putting the plans out for bid, so you'll have one sheet for just signatures approving us to put this out for bid late January for bid opening in February. I've got to determine the final dates on that yet with the media as far as when the publication dates were with the engineer. And also, I'm requesting approval on the contract with NDOT so we can actually set the money aside. So I've got both of those, probably two motions.
Motion to proceed with bid.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And motion for NDOT.
Yes, we did that.
Second.
Aye.
And we've got multiple copies to sign, we can do that after the meeting. So,
Nate, if I could just interrupt just for a moment, I'd like everyone to know that the workability that Nate has created with NDOT and the willingness for Wells County to step up to the plate is carries a lot of weight and helps us to acquire these projects. So Nate, thank you for what you do, and I know that NDOT appreciates what you do, as well as we as commissioners to support them, and it helps everybody move forward.
Thank you very much for that. It is an immense amount of fun for me to do these projects, and certainly I appreciate your trust that you've given me in working on these projects. And I think Blake and I last week looked at just simply the list of projects we have outstanding and the applications we've put together, and it's surprising. If you had asked me where we would be 5 years ago before I started and today.
You walk in the door, we hit basically this much.
Well, and
we've been working our way.
And I think when I came on board, I dared you to see what I can do, and let's try this, and you have, and I think we've all been surprised. It's been absolutely a fantastic relationship with us, with the state. It's been working out very well, so, and certainly
It
it's our effort
definitely
to continue
shows
it.
when I travel around and I visit different sites with NDOT and various engineers to know what we're very fortunate to have.
Thank you very much. No, it's,
Keep up. What's coming as long as they're comfortable. We gotta have funds to cover what we plan, and allocating everything the way you have it.
I think there's a lot we got to do. That NOFA application I just mentioned earlier, that's the biggest one we've ever put together. So there's a lot tied up into that, so cross our fingers and try to make that happen. So, no, thank you.
He said that one will probably never
So we'll probably won't hear until about then, and then in the meantime, I'm sure we'll have the community crossings call for 2021. And so I'll be coming back to you for just about another $1.3 million application there. So we'll keep hopping, absolutely. Last thing I have on my list here is a right-of-way dedication. I didn't have one until just the last minute ago. Susie came down from one of the Marion plants, so they've got another right-of-way, and I'm going to know. She didn't show me the location for it, so.
It's 300 farms.
But it's not right, it's just the county road, consolidation of that property.
Motion to approve right away.
Second that.
Aye. Just a minor point on that, that's actually been a fantastic process for us. The ability to acquire right-of-way incrementally as we move forward. It's not a massive burden as far as administration to try to do that. I think the payoff for that, you're going to see that not in 6 months, but 10 years, 20 years down the road. What that sets up for the next generation is going to be very helpful from the right-of-way perspective for road construction. We've looked at a number of locations where we wish we would have had that already in place. So.
Key places we need it.
No, so that's just having an eye to the future. That's very, very helpful, and I hope we continue to follow through with that. So, thank you very much. Any other questions?
Thank
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Chad. Our next.
Good morning. Here for the annual request to renew the agreement for performance of economic development services. Last year we changed this agreement to an annual contract instead of a 3-year contract as it had previously been. Allows us to have a little more conversation and adjust if necessary on a year-by-year basis instead of locking it in for a 3-year and then maybe coming back at various different times. The contract is essentially identical to last year's contract with the exception of the increase of the request from $80,000 to $100,000. Other than that, the entire agreement is exactly the same as last year.
Motion to approve.
We'll second that.
Aye.
The second request is we've been working throughout the year on a talent branding campaign. This campaign, as we get into the final stages of that, we've got kind of a logo that's been agreed upon based on a small subcommittee that we had to put together throughout the process. We had a lot of folks involved through some discovery as well, and we're getting down to the end of that, requesting $26,850 to help support that project as we move into next year. A good portion of the remaining piece is actual marketing. $10,000 of that will be going towards marketing that will be pushed out right after the first of the year. Really excited for this project, really excited to hopefully grow the opportunities and increase our population as we need to increase the available workforce here in the community. Right after the first of the year, we're putting together some of the final video pieces.
Just looking to see if I snapped a picture of it.
Putting together some of the final video pieces, and those will be hopefully ready by the end of the year, and again ready to kick off right after the first of the year.
Motion to approve that.
Second that.
Aye.
Thanks, Chad.
Yep.
two signatures, there's two copies, there's two signature pages. He didn't bring it, signature page, we're just taking the page out of the minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna attach it there.
So we have enough, we're just going to make one copy of the revised signature page. The voice item.
No, because you said there were two copies, right? Yeah, and then I gave two copies, the copy that I have on the chamber president. Right, but you're just adding. Okay. So you're good. So you have the two.
Okay.
That's it. That's it.
Yes. The COVID resolution on this one goes through December 31st. Oh, did he?
I know the clerk's office is back working with everyone other than just vacations, et cetera, that are, people are out. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess after visiting some offices and a little bit of a downturn, I would probably at this point feel okay with opening it up.
If it changes, we can always change it.
Yeah, so we'll
Let's just plan that in January to go back to normal. But something to change.
Just as a note, the health department has sent out the COVID test site hours, and the hours are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, 2 until 6 at the First Church of Nazarene. Christmas Eve, they're actually open also, 2 p.m. to 6, closed on Christmas Day. So the test site is closed Christmas Day. Then Saturday it opens 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that's drive-through only.
The resolution is 2020-18. Motion to approve.
Second. Aye.
I don't have any other monthly reports other than monthly.
The option purchase, Fishers, consent. Latest, option agreement.
motion to approve that.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Skipping, so that's the annual appointments with the County Redevelopment Commission. I just got these to add now. I don't have anything to present to you. Richard Woodward asked me to look into that a few months ago, and so that's kind of on my list of things to do. And I run out of things to do. Payout policy, I do have gone through several drafts.
And that's in reference to the sheriff's department.
Right, it was jailers and then came with deputies as well as
Okay.
jailers.
And that would be ordinance 2020-25.
Motion approved.
Second.
Aye.
I work on telecommute policy, I'm not sure what that is. Usually you didn't print that out.
I did not. Great, I don't recall.
I drafted one, I think the discussion was whether this is supposed to be a temporary or whether we want that permanent attached to.
We approved the temporary.
Yeah, we
yes.
approved the temporary and we're going to make it permanent.
Okay. I don't have it printout. If I hear one on that permanent, and then that's the thing. I did bring that.
We can do that next time. We'll do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I got
We have annual appointments.
I know we
Are we talking about employees, positions, or are we talking about
There are some boards as well. A lot of the boards will meet, first of the year. I know Nate was wanting RSD appointments. In your binder, there are highlighted ones. You can do any one you want to do this time, and you can do the rest next time. So I don't have all of them. Huntington is going to give me their paperwork. They're still working on it. And Rock Creek Conservancy as well. They're still working on theirs. But all the rest are ready to go.
they're changing, but they're willing to accept it, continue.
Correct. So we have the two commissioner appointments, the one for service.
And the only key is going for appropriations for pressure is I know they're going to be looking at on ordinances and they're going to be doing some policy statements. So I want to make sure that I've got everything covered suspended so we don't have board members voting and stuff and have officials for that year.
And there's no new applicants for those two positions
To
either.
my knowledge, Lisa might have seen some, but I was unaware of anybody else applying for those positions.
No.
And the appointments are for Andy Solar or Bruce.
January meeting will be the 8th will be the Monday following the commission. So the next January.
So you're good with those noted from the RSD? Because I looked through these, I
I
know,
only see two.
I guess what I would like to do is make a motion to accept all appointments as stated within this, which we'll also give to you, Jessica, to note, with the exception of the cemetery board, there are two applicants there that I would like to act on in the first meeting in January. That's my motion.
I'll make a second to that.
Aye.
signed yet, so no, nothing on that.
Audience, questions for us? Before we adjourn? Merry Christmas, everybody. Entertainment motion.
So moved.
Thank you.